What's going on, Giants fans? Hit Squad back at it with another video. And we got the Eagles this week, and what better way to start off the hype than with Mr. Jayy Dimes. Familiar face, y'all have seen him on the channel before. I'm really excited to do this video with you today, man. I've been looking forward to this for a little minute now. We've been trying to get right and haven't been able to, but we here now. How are you feeling, my brother? How's everything going with you?
Feel great, man. I'm excited. It's a big game, and I'm very proud of what we've done so far. But I ain't ready to go home, man. I'm excited. Thank you for having me on, as
For
always.
sure,
And
for sure.
I'm just ready to talk some Giants football. Baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And y'all can find Jayy Dimes' YouTube channel and Twitter in the description box below. While y'all there, you guys can follow us on Twitter as well. Now, Jay, I gotta ask you. I am in the same boat as you are. I'm not ready to go home. I am not ready to go home by any means necessary. How are you feeling after this Vikings win? Like, how are you feeling knowing that if we could pull out a win here, we're competing for a spot potentially in the Super Bowl going into the NFC, title match. How are you feeling, bro?
First off, I feel so confident in this team because the way our offense played, and I know a lot of people are saying that it was against the Vikings, defense, but I don't care about that. I'm looking at how Daniel Jones looked in that pocket. I'm looking at how he was actually pushing the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying? Actually, like taking more shots.
Yep.
And I'm looking at that offense. Who says we can't replicate that versus Philly? I know Philly is a way better defense, but I've seen other quarterbacks go up against the same defense as DJ did, and DJ do better than them. Justin
Right.
Herbert last week, well not last week, but 2 weeks ago,
Josh
he went against the
Allen.
Colts. Didn't look good. Josh Allen. So when I'm looking at that, and heading to this game, I'm confident in Daniel Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident in Saquon Barkley. I'm confident in this team as a whole. And I feel like how Chiefs fans feel. They feel like going into any game, they can win because they have Patrick Mahomes, they have injury. Well, I feel that way with Daniel Jones and Brian Dable. So heading to this game, of course it's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a dogfight. Nothing's easy. It's never an easy Giants
Very
win,
true.
but I'm confident in my team. I'm confident in the squad to go handle business because we've seen it all season that they're battle tested, and we watched the videos. You know what I'm saying? They want it.
Yeah.
They want to win. So heading to this game, I'm excited for this offense, but I'm most excited for this team going out there and showing that grit and determination they've shown all season.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, bro. And it's just, for me, a lot of people say, oh, it was the Vikings, like they didn't have 13 wins, or, they try to minimalize what this team has done this season. And honestly, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. I feel very confident with Daniel Jones. I feel very confident with Brian Dable, Mike Kafka, Wink Martindale, this defense. To be honest with you, even I'm a little more fair on Evan Neal than a lot of people are. But I'm confident in this offensive line, despite knowing who they're going up against on the other side. And I think we could both agree that this isn't the same Giants team that they first played that lost, what, 48-22? And I don't care what no one says. The Giants had their third and fourth stringers out there in a game that meant nothing to them and everything for Philadelphia. And they stood in that game. They competed in that game. And I don't care that, Jalen Hurts wasn't using his legs. I mean, he was missing reads. He was missing passes. I mean, I'm very confident going into this game. And I mean, it's been a long time since I feel, we've been this confident in this team, and I got to give a lot of credit to this coaching staff. I got to give a lot of credit to Daniel Jones, man. I mean, dude played lights out against the Vikings, Jay. I mean, he had a historic performance. But, I got to ask, with looking at this Philly team, they are well rested. They put out an injury report today, and half of the players on that list were rested as well. So they're going to be even more rested. Now, how is that going to really translate on the field? Are they going to be sluggish? Are they going to, get back to where they were prior to their little downfall that they had prior to Jalen's injury? But what are you looking for in this game from the Giants that has you feeling whether they can win this game? Because we're going to definitely get to the predictions later on. But what are you looking for in this game that gives you that confidence that this Giants team can go out there and pull off an upset of all upsets. I think if we're being honest here.
I think, we could easily say it's the offense after that performance, but I'm looking at the defense. I'm looking at if Kayvon and Azeez Ojulari can get consistent pressure on Jalen Hurts, because I know that he wasn't on the injury report, but I am 100% sure that shoulder is not 100%. And what I said earlier in my video that I made today is it only takes one hit. And
Yep.
that's one thing I think the Giants are going to have to do to, really have a real fight in this game. And that's something that I am confident in. I know that I'm not sure if Lane Johnson, their stud right tackle, is going to play, but even if he is, he's going to be coming off of an injury. This is going to be his first game back off of injury. And we have a Dory Jackson back this time. We have Leonard Williams in this time. We have Xavier Kinney in this time. So when I'm looking at that, the Giants defense, they got to show up. And I am confident that they can show up because, last week versus Minnesota, we didn't get, a lot of sacks, but we got back there. Dexter Lawrence, multiple QB hits. Leonard Williams, in the running game, I watched the film. He wasn't, securing tackles, but he was getting back there. And in this game, I feel like I'm more confident in that Giants defense because we are getting back those key guys. McKinney, key guy. He already showed out in that last game how important he is to this Giants defense. Adoree Jackson just shut down Justin Jefferson.
You're right.
He held Justin Jefferson to 6 receptions and 47 yards. The majority of those yards coming in the first half.
You're right.
Him on A.J. Brown, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are other pieces on this Eagles offense which make them so dynamic, which we know. Boston Scott, we got to watch out for Boston Scott. He's bound to do something, but it's mostly about this defense. You got your guys back. Wink Martindale, he's a genius. You know what I'm saying? He's a defensive mastermind. I'm really confident in the way that I think we're going to be able to get back on Jalen Hurts, mostly because I don't think that shoulder is 100% healthy. I think there's going to be a point in the game where Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon, Howard, one of those guys might not get a sack, but they're going to put Jalen Hurts on his ass, which is going to make that shoulder kind of be a factor for the rest of the game. That's one of my bold predictions heading into this game. Definitely, it's a defense. They have me confident. I'm ready to see what they do versus this Philly offense. What about you, though?
I love it. I absolutely love it. And honestly, I feel like I've said this like 5 times now in this video, even though we just started. I'm in the same boat as you, man. I am very excited to see what this defense can do going against this Philadelphia Eagles team. I mean, this defense is healthier. They're playing better than what they did when we first played them. I mean, when you go back and watch that first game, that touchdown to Devontae Smith that Julian Love whiffs, that doesn't happen with Xavier McKinney. That blocked punt, I mean, obviously that could happen in any game, but the play that came after that where they scored with A.J. Brown, I mean, I feel that doesn't happen with Adoree Jackson on the field. And I think Cordell Flott has come a long way. You talked about Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. Just last week, you're absolutely right. They were difference makers in that game, especially Dexter Lawrence. But I thought Leonard Williams, I mean, he created a lot of pressures. He got in Kirk Cousins' face. Now, granted, this is a better offensive line that we're going against. They're a little beat up, We're going to see, how this honestly, I was going to say how this team fares well against this offensive line, but I just feel with how Dexter Lawrence is playing, with how if Azeez is at least 70 to 80%, I think that's a good matchup on Mailata. Even though Kayvon just had success going against Mailata, the last time we played them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm very confident in this team. I'm very confident in this defense. And that's not a slight either at, the Giants' offense because it's not a stat, it's not a number, but I do feel that the vibes mean something. This team is playing with confidence. They're having fun. We just saw Daniel Jones do a gritty. I mean, they're having fun, and it's like you look at Philly and, Nick Sirianni is acting weird, talking about stuffed crust pizzas. They're not playing dreams and nightmares at practice. I mean, it's just little things like that, and them thinking that Jalen Hurts is gonna have a bounty on him in this game with his shoulder, like we're a dirty team. So for me, nah, this defense, absolutely, man. I do think we'll see a solid performance from the offense, but this defense, I think, is gonna have a very good performance. And I think you nailed it on the head. They may not get there in terms of sacks, but I do think that they are going to get back there and throw Jalen Hurts to the ground, whether that's Kayvon, whether that's Aziz. I do feel that, them two getting back there, even creating pressures, because you're going to have Dexter Lawrence and Leo up the middle, which, I mean, I think that only helps our edges because Dexter Lawrence is taking on two people now and still getting back
Yeah.
there. So, I mean, I'm very intrigued and very excited to see how this team is going to play against Philly. And I got to be honest with you, man. I mean, what does concern me, and you had pointed to it earlier, was that you look at the players outside of AJ Brown. You have Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins. You
Yeah.
have Dallas Goddard. I mean, they have players out there. We're not even talking about Boston Scott, who I know Wink said that that's before he came here. He doesn't consider him a giant killer, but let's be real, Jay. He's a giant killer. I mean, it seems like he only
Yes.
scores against us. And I mean, we're going to have to see the best performance by this team if we're going to come out with the win. And I think that we may. I think that we may actually see the best performance from this team because they're getting hot, they're clicking, they are healthy at the right time. And what better way to end Philly season, their very, very nice season, than by the hands of the New York Giants, who most people had little to no regard for this season. So I'm very, very excited about that. Now I gotta ask you something because I know you had put out a tweet, and this is mad random, but with the Joe Burrow and the Daniel Jones, I understood what you was trying to say, and I
Yeah.
agree with you. But you had a lot of people kind of ruffled up a little bit, thinking that you
Yeah.
was talking crazy. But I mean, let's be real, Jay. I mean, let's call it, a spade a spade. You've been right a lot more times than you have been wrong. And,
Yeah.
the facts are the facts, the receipts, they're there, man. I mean, how are you for this? I know people talk about Daniel Jones potentially getting 35 to 40 million. Are you comfortable enough to say he gets that 40 million? Are you comfortable with, let's say hypothetically, Lamar signs and he resets that market? I mean, is there a number price where you just can't say, you're just like, I can't do this, or are you just all in on Daniel Jones, whatever he wants, give him a blank check? How are you feeling, man? Because you definitely support Jones, which I love, but I mean, you're one of the few that's been had his back for a minute now. So
Yeah, I think with DJ and his contract, it's the Giants know that we've seen it even last year, which we weren't a talented team anyway. But Daniel Jones is a game changer on this team. Now, is he Patrick Mahomes? Is he a Josh Allen? No. But you don't need those. You don't. There's only one Patrick Mahomes. There's only one Josh Allen. You don't need a freaking elite stud quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I just don't think that we are in the second round of the playoffs with Isaiah Hodgins, Richie James, and Darius Slayton as our wide receivers. But Daniel Jones has done. He's had to do win games. We need you to run the ball. He's done that. We need you to not turn over the ball. He has done that. And when I look at these other quarterbacks, I'm looking at what Kyler Murray got. I'm looking at what Lamar Jackson will end up getting. I feel like the Giants, do what you have to do to bring him back. I understand the money's going to come up big, but I feel like Daniel Jones is going to only get better with Brian Dable, as his head coach. Now, Mike Kafka, will he be here for the next 3 years? Who knows? Because he might get the head coaching job. But to me, I'm not saying give him a freaking blank check. You know what I'm saying? Give him Patrick Mahomes money. But, the man's been through a lot, man. Pay your quarterback. Pay him, like I said, the vibes have been better. You know what I'm saying? The Giants want Daniel Jones. They want Saquon Barkley back. Bring them back. Do what you have to do to bring those guys back. I don't think Daniel Jones is the type to look at what he's done and say, give me Patrick Mahomes money. I don't think he's not getting that. But I do think the Giants need to do what they need to do and bring him back. You know what I'm saying? You bring him back. You supply him with, an upgrade of weapons. Then he's going to show you why he really got that contract. He's going to show you why. And, I understand people look at, again, Kyler Murray. I think Daniel Jones is better than Kyler Murray.
I think so
I
too.
think he's better than Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying? I know what I said about Joe Burrow, but this is when that comes into play. You give Daniel Jones some weapons like a Joe Burrow has, he can be better than Joe Burrow. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at We get him on this contract. We solidify him as our franchise quarterback because he has proven it. So a lot of people said that, can he get it done in the big game? What he just did, said this past Sunday was a top 5 performance. He had the best quarterback performance from any quarterback that played in that wild card round, no doubt. So when I'm looking at that, do what you got to do to bring Daniel Jones back. Do what you got to do to bring Saquon Barkley back. And, see how this team's on a great trajectory right now. I want Daniel Jones to be here, for the long haul. I really do. And, like I said, if we give him the right amount of weapons, another year in that scheme, he's going to be even better. He's going to be even better. So, yeah, I'm not saying give him a blank check, but if you got to give him 40, 35 million, hey, let's go with the bread. Winning is not cheap. What I'm saying? Sometimes you got to add some pieces here and there, to get that Super Bowl. So I want Daniel Jones back, so I'm not saying give him a blank check, but do what you got to do to bring him back to the team. And, so let's keep pushing, man. Let's keep the ball on the ground with Daniel Jones as our franchise quarterback. I'm down for it.
Yeah, no, you're speaking my language, man. You are speaking my language, and I absolutely do think that he will be back. And I think the Giants are going to win this Saturday. It just, something is in the air, like Justin Tuck said today. Something is in the air, and I really do believe the Giants have a fair, let me not say fair, a good shot at winning this game. And even if they don't, the season was an absolute success. I'm not going to be depressed. I'm not going to be angry with the loss, but I'm going to be proud with how far this team came with the talent that we have. And I'm only excited to see where we can go building on the talent that we have and addressing key positions of need. And man, I don't know about you. I'm really excited to see Saquon. I really he's my player of the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. He is my player of the game. I believe that we're gonna see Saquon go beast mode in this game.
And one thing about Saquon is he showed that, he doesn't have to get 20 something carries to make an impact on the game.
Right.
That man, Saquon Barkley, had 9 carries, 59 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He didn't have to have 25, 30 carries. He didn't have to do that. But if the Giants had to give him 30 something carries to win that game, he said it himself. That's what they're going to have to do.
Yep.
But again, Saquon Barkley, we know he's not a Derrick Henry type of running back. He's not a guy that you want to, run right into the ground. That's not Saquon Barkley's flow. But we've seen how he can make an impact in the receiving game. And I think it's going to be even bigger this week. Not having to, run the ball down his throat 50, 30 times. We don't have to do that. Saquon Barkley, like you said, he is going to be probably the player of the game. He is. Because I think the Giants can rely on him, not just in the run game, but in that passing game as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Now, let me ask you while I still got you here, man. What is your score prediction in this game? I know some people don't like doing them, but I have to ask you while you're here, man. What is your score prediction for Saturday's game against Philly?
All right. Score prediction. I do agree with you. The New York Giants are winning this game. I really do. And maybe it's fan bias. Maybe, it's, that we are just so happy how we've done this season. We didn't run over anybody, but it's going to be a dogfight. It's not going to be easy. And, if I'm looking at a score, I just seen us put up, 30 points versus Minnesota. I feel like the Giants, if you know football, when the ball is hot, the ball is hot. And the Giants offense right now, I feel like they can put up points enough with this Philly team to win this game. So if I had to get off a score prediction, I will say the New York Giants win this game, a close one, 28-24. I got the Giants winning 28-24. I think the Giants defense make, just enough plays, to hold up Jalen Hurts. I don't know if his, running ability, Jalen Hurts' running ability will be, present in this game. But if it's not, I thought the Giants defense will be holding them up enough just so Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley to put up the right amount of points to win this game. I got the Giants winning 28-24. I don't like doing score predictions, but if I had to give one out, I would have the Giants winning 28-24 over Philly.
I like that. I do agree. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a dogfight. I mean, these divisional matchups, they're usually pretty close. And, I really do think the Giants, win, lose, or draw, they are going to give their all. I think that we're going to see a competitive game, a hard-hitting game. And honestly, man, I mean, I have it close as well. I mean, I'm talking, and I know some people, especially watching this, might think I'm a little crazy, but I do think the Giants do put 30 on Philly. But I think it's going to be 31-28. I do think that this is going to be a game that comes down to the wire, and I think that a field goal is going to do it. I don't see this game going into overtime. I don't see this game, at least hopefully not, but honestly, I don't see this game being a blowout. I really think it's going to be close. I think a field goal is fair enough. And honestly, I could see 28-24 too. I can absolutely see that. So for me, I'm very pumped. I know you're pumped. How are you guys feeling about this game? I mean, what better way, what better way to spend your January than with some New York Giants ball? It's been a long time. It has been a long time, but Jay, we are here. Let's enjoy this. My man, where can everyone find you? I know, I'm putting your YouTube and your Twitter in the description box below, but just in case for the folks that don't like clicking below, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Jayy Dimes. You know what I'm saying? Go over there. Give your boy a try. Go ahead, show me some love. Same content that you see over there, you're seeing on my side of town. On Twitter, you can find me at DimesJ if you want to, chop it up with me. The DMs are open. If you want to hit me up on YouTube, the comments are open. I love talking Giants football, and that's really it.
Yeah, no problem. Y'all heard the man. Go give him a follow. Go subscribe to his channel and join the Hit Squad while you at it. We'll see you guys hopefully after a Giants win. But we'll see you guys in the
Yes,
next
let's go
video.
Wings, baby.
Let's go New York Giants. Appreciate you stopping by, Jay. Thank you, man.